Hello, my name is Fred Antrobus, and these are Fred's Hands, and I'm with FredsHands.com. I'm here today to show you how to put together my board holder kit. Hello, first we're going to assemble the base. You'll need to have the two long supports and the two cross supports with the notches like so, and your four short deck screws, glue, and your screwdriver. Either electric or regular. I prefer the electric. You're going to take your two long pieces, and you'll see there's two holes pre-drilled. Make sure those are facing down, like so. And then these two pieces are going to go across like so. You can position them temporarily in the general area where they'll be. Then you take your four deck screws, short ones, put them in the holes temporarily, just finger tight, just so they don't get lost. And there you go, just like that. Then we're going to put glue on these. So we're going to take our glue. There's palette enough, and we put a little bit on here on the flat surface. And then we're going to put some more on the shoulder like so. Then we're going to do the other side as well. And also on the shoulder for it. So we have the shoulder and the flat surface on both of these are well coated. Then we're going to position it just like that. So we'll do the back one here first. It's flush on the outside, flush on the back. We're going to take our screwdriver and we're going to position it snug. Don't over tighten it, but split it. It should be snug. Your glue will come out when you do it. And then the same thing from the front side. And we're going to repeat that process for the other side. We're just going to flip it over to make it a little bit easier to work on. Flip it over, like so. We're going to do a little glue on the flat surface, just like that. Put a little glue on the shoulder. Put it over to the other side, just like that, and on the shoulder like there. Okay, and then position it. We'll do the back side first. You on the both sides, tighten it up, and then the same thing goes in the front. Hold it in place. Like so. Then take a wet cloth, and you have all this glue that's squeezed out when you tighten it up. Take off the glue now because later it's really hard to get off. So we're going to go and do each one of the joints, getting the excess glue off while it's still wet. Okay, almost got it all done. There we go. So it looks just like that. All the glue is gone. Now we're going to take this and we'll set it aside. We're now going to make one of our uprights. To do that, you're going to need two long pieces like this, a short notch and a long notch on each end. They're both going to face up in one direction. And then we need two cross supports like this. And then you're going to need four deck screws, the short ones. You're going to need some glue. And you're going to need your driver to put it all together. For this one, you're going to take the two long supports and you're going to put them facing notches up, like so. And you're going to temporarily, just for positioning, to put one across each like that support. Get the general dimensions. Then take your deck screws and finger tight screw them in to the holes so they don't get lost. Okay, and then we're going to rotate it so you can see better. We're going to glue these together. To do this, we're actually going to put glue on both sides. We're going to put glue to the bottom of the short notch and on its shoulder, and the same thing with the back one, making sure that you have the shoulder as well as the flat surface. Then we're going to do the support, do its flat surface and its shoulder, and then repeat it for the second side. And make sure you get its shoulder as well. So all four pieces have been covered with glue. We're going to turn it over so the glue sides fit. And then we're going to make sure they fit there, nice and snug. Take our driver and screw it together, just like that. And then do the base, other side. Then we're going to do the top. The glue is squeezed out, but don't worry about that yet. We'll get that in a bit. Take this off. This one, we're only going to do halfway. Like so. Here, like so. And then we're going to do the support half, like so. The shoulder. Over. So the shoulders meet, just like that, nice and square. And make sure that they go. Now, use your wet cloth and you clean off that excess glue. Okay, now we're going to assemble the uprights to the base. Before we do that, I have two bases that I put together, and they're done. And what we're going to do is we need to look at the bottom of each one. And sometimes, can you get a close-up of this here? The bases are not necessarily smooth, so what you want to do is take sandpaper and a sanding block and smooth them out so they're smooth, because you don't want them to be anything off. This wants to be nice and smooth if you can. It doesn't have to be, but it's stronger if it is. Sometimes there can be an imperfection because of the cutting of the wood. It can be a 32nd or 64th inch off. So you want to sand this off so it's smooth. And you're going to do both of them like so. I've done this one here and touched them up a little bit. They were off just a little tiny bit. Would have been fine the way it was, but perfection. So now what we're going to do, we have our two bases, or two uprights, and we're going to mount on our base. So we're going to take our base, which is like so we did earlier, And on it we have the 4 pre-drilled screws that are in the bottom. So what we're going to want to do is we need to put our 4 screws in. We're going to start them up, finger tight so they don't get lost. We're going to do something special with these. We're going to take and put the screws all through until they just come out on the other side. So if you can zoom in on my hands here. You can see where they just comes through just like that. We're going to do each one of them that so you can see where it is when it comes out the other side. So it just comes out a little bit, and you do all 4 screws. You just point out just a little point, not much. There we go. So all 4 are just barely coming out so you can see them. So now what you're going to want to do is you're going to take one of your fingers, make sure the notches are facing in, and you're going to line those points right in the center where the 2 boards join. That's why you have the point, so you can line it up, and then you're going to tighten up 1 screw. Don't worry about getting it too tight yet. We'll do that in a bit. And then we're going to get the second one. We're going to line it up. Same way. The point goes right in the crack between the 2 boards where they were glued together earlier. And we tighten it up. Then what we're going to do is we're going to stand it up on its fingers. We're going to line up our second joint. They're above. And we're going to come back, tighten up this first one. We'll do the second one. Swivel it around till the tip is right in the crack again between the 2 boards. Just like so. And tighten it up like so. So now we've attached 2 uprights to the base.